Warning, I'm on a journey to handicap home runs in Major League Baseball. I'm not claiming to be sharp. I'm not claiming to have an edge. I bet based on three Ps, pitcher, park, and price. We probably won't win long term. This is for entertainment and education. If you like the video, like the video. There's no added vig for clicking that thumb. I love you all. Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. Yesterday wasn't great. We're probably one home run away from being break even on the day. It was a little bit disappointing. I was watching the Reds game. Ellie De La Cruz and Candelario both hit one to the warning track deep. So that's it's frustrating to watch these sometimes when you see your guy make great contact and the suspense of it flying out. So Matt Mervis, we did get. I said I think these Miami guys are a little underpriced at the start of the season. Brandon Lowe at 5-1, I said was a great price. He hit, and then TJ Friedl at 7-1. Again, a little disappointing in some of these other games. This Philly team is tilting. It really is what it is. I mean, the Philly bats just have not looked good this year. So I laid off of them today. Minus 2.5 units yesterday. However, we are still up 11.3 units. Let's look at today's slate. Again, pretty brutal across the world. I'm just going to sit up here, crisscross applesauce, while I do this. I think the weather is just chilly, mid-40s in some places, wind in some places, so we're spreading it thin again. You may look at this list and say, that's a ton of people, but there's a lot of things that I laid off of. So this is only part of it. Okay, we have all of these picks today, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm sorry, I got some drainage. I know that's not lovely, but it is what it is. Coors Field game in Colorado. This is the first time I'm going to play some picks from here. I like Ryan McMahon, Lawrence Butler, JJ Bleday, and Tyler Soderstrom. All three home run, all three about mid-priced at plus 500. Again, we hit one. We are in the green. I think conditions are just slightly better, and the conditions have not been great there, and there's still been some home runs. I've been keeping my eye on it, so we'll dip our toes in today. Miami and Atlanta, I'm going with the main three again. Stowers, Mervis, and Conine, 630, 630, and 7.5-1. For Atlanta, I'm going Matt Olson, Jared Kalenic, and Ozzie Albies. I do think Ozzie Albies at 7-1 is a good price for his matchup against Sandy Alcantara today. Alcantara looked good in his debut, but I'm not sold on his stuff at a big pick on a zoom out big picture. So I think he's gettable, and so I'm going to target him today to be gotten by some of these Braves bats. I'm skipping the game in St. Louis at 7:00 just because there are no lineups out, and it just gets kind of wonky when there's a doubleheader. So we're ignoring both the early and the late game in Fenway. Game in Texas, we hit last night on Brandon Lowe versus Jacob deGrom, so that feels pretty good. We're going to go back to Brandon Lowe at 475. I think that's a good price for him. Cameron Misner, again, 10-1 yesterday, 7.5-1 today. I still like that number. This is not a chase. I still think there's value there. This is not a chase. There is still value there, so I'm taking that. Corey Seager, finally, we get him above 350, 325. I don't know if the books are just realizing they're overpricing him. If they think there's a matchup issue today, I don't see that. I actually see this is one of his most favorable matchups, and they're giving us the best price he's been all season. So Corey Seager at 4-1, Jock Peterson at plus 475 would be my plays for the other side of the ball there. Game in Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Milwaukee. Indoor stadium, had a few home runs last night. I believe the Reds hit 4. Trevino, Blake Dunn, TJ Friedl, and Encarnacion Strand all hit. So we'll hope to continue that ball flying fun. Bryce Turang at 11-1, Garrett Mitchell at 8-1. I looked at Yelich, and I'm okay with him from strictly a handicapping standpoint, but his number was fairly low. I think it was sub 550. If Christian Yelich, if I go double check, because now I'm starting to second guess myself. If Christian Yelich is above 550, he's worth a play. So I'm going to double check after this video, and if he's above 550, I'm adding him in. If he's lower, I'm just leaving it alone. For the Reds, Ellie De La Cruz, plus 430. Gavin Lux, plus 870. Hometown guy. I didn't realize he's from Milwaukee or close by, so this could be his night. I mean, If you want to bet storylines, bet Gavin Lux. And then Candelario at almost 7-1 is a great price for him. Hasn't hit one yet this year, so I understand if you want to lay off, but I like him at that number. Game in Pittsburgh, PNC Park, Yankees and Pirates. O'Neal Cruz, Jack Swinsky, and Brian Reynolds would be my plays. I realize I read that out of order. I think O'Neal Cruz at plus 650 is a really good number. That's on Bet365. So I'd play him all the way down to 600. So if you can find O'Neal Cruz at 600, maybe even 550. Like 550, I feel like that's a good cutoff. So we'll go with him there. Jack Swinsky may not be in the lineup. They're doing something weird where they're pinch hitting him a lot. I don't really understand it, but at 10-1, if he's in, that's good. And then, Brian Reynolds. Game in Cleveland. Yes, Cleveland. It's not the game in Cleveland. Game in L.A., rather, against Cleveland. Lane Thomas, John Kinsey, I believe is how you say his name. John Kinsey Noel at 420. A little bit of a reach there. I would have loved it above 450, but I took it kind of more for a golly. It was so close. If he hits one, I'm going to be mad. So I don't love the number on John Kinsey Noel, but I'll play it. Josh Naylor. Okay, so that's it for the game in Cleveland and LA. Didn't find too many LA bats that I liked. Liked Jose Ramirez from a matchup standpoint, but his number was really low, like 315 or something. So I'm staying off of that. Again, Boston, we're staying off. Minnesota, I'm staying off. Washington and Arizona, I got a couple plays. Josh Naylor, 630. Pavin Smith, 480. Were all that I had locked in at first. Those are both D-backs guys. And the D-backs are throwing Corbin Burns, who is a good pitcher, one of the better-known names in the league. And I really had to look myself in the mirror and say, do you want to challenge Corbin Burns? And I didn't, but the more I started looking at prices on ESPN, the more I thought, I think we're in a plus EV position to take some lefties against him, and if one of them hits, we go up. So we have C.J. Abrams, Nathaniel Lowe, Keibert Ruiz, James Wood, Luis Garcia, Josh Bell. We're running it back. We're running the Washington. We'll call this the cabinet. This is my cabinet of Washington Nationals. And if one of them goes off, we win. And if we get lucky like we did the other night and had three of them go off, we're feeling very, very good. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a unit and a half play on Washington to hit a home run, more or less, is kind of how I'm looking at it. Obviously, there's other guys who could hit one, but to one off this list, I'm not confident. I think Nathaniel Lowe at 10-1 for how well he's been swinging is a good price, and I think C.J. Abrams at 7-1 is a good price. We'll leave it at that. Next up, we have the game in Detroit, I believe. We have the game in San Francisco. I'm not playing anybody there. Game in Philly. I know, Philly and LA, you would think I would get to some guys, but I just didn't love the matchups, the pitching matchups. Glasnow's on the mound for LA. Philly's bats have looked weak, and I didn't like any of the Dodgers bats in this one, so I'm skipping. Game in Kansas City, I'm skipping. So we jump down here to the game in Detroit, and I need to make a very, very, very important announcement. From the time I perfected this video or this layout, Nick Maton has been ruled out. Mike Tauchman has been ruled in. So this says Nick Maton, but understand I would be betting Mike Tauchman in this situation, and I have bet Mike Tauchman. He's at 10-1 on ESPN, 0.25 units. So this should say 10-1 Mike Tauchman. That's the official play. Andrew Benintendi at plus 800 as well. No Detroit guys today. I'm skipping the game in Wrigley, so if we look at Toronto and New York, got two plays, Jesse Winker and Brent Batty. I looked at Brandon Nimmo. Price was a little too low. Looked at Lindor. Price was very low. Looked at Soto. Soto doesn't play for the Mets anymore, does he? Or does he? I can't keep it straight. That guy's changed teams so many times. Soto does play for the Mets. Sorry. And its price is too low. So I'm skipping that. So that's where you have it. That's how you have it. Those are the picks for today. We'll track them all. Again, Nick Maton is not Nick Maton. He's sitting. Mike Tauchman is the play instead. If I want to look at just nutty value or places that I like, I think Nathaniel Lowe is a good price. I think Josh Naylor is a good price at 630. Looking through here on the first page, I think O'Neal Cruz, 650 is a good price. I think Candelario, 680 is a good price. I think Mitchell's due, so I like him. Corey Seager at 4-1 is a good price. Ozzie Albies, 7-1 is a good price. and pretty even expectations on the rest. So, Olsen at 430 is pretty good too. So that's what we got. We'll continue this as long as you guys are enjoying it. Again, bet these how you feel comfortable. I may make a video today kind of walking through my process so you guys can get a better idea of that. But yeah, enjoy your day, enjoy your Sunday, enjoy some baseball, early start, and we shall see you tomorrow.